This meeting will come to order. Welcome, everybody. It is December 2nd, 7 o'clock. We're in hybrid at the Southwick Town Hall. Conservation Commission. With us tonight, we have
Andy Reardon,
Emmett Zoll,
Chris Pratt
Norm Cheever,
Kevin Sola.
Dennis Clark.
and
I'm here.
we do have our coordinator and secretary.
Yes.
Okay, is there anybody for public comments? Nobody? Excellent. We'll move on. We go to our minutes for November 18th. Anyone ready?
There's the typo. Like above the new business and East Chair Cheever. And ECE.
Where is that done?
Page 2, top of the page.
Oh.
Thanks, Vice Chair.
Yeah.
I wanted a new title.
Only word. So the chairman met on the page after that, the top of the page, it was great.
That's supposed to be you, right?
I wasn't here. Nick here.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's just type 1.
Yeah.
Sheep Pasture Road, this is on the third page as well underneath. Well, for order of conditions extension request. Yep,
We're just fixing the minutes.
it's supposed to be 125 sheep pasture. Instead of 135.
Oh. Okay.
Thank you.
On 31 Sam West Grove, do you want to just say that that was completed? It just says needs to be off the list. It doesn't say.
Wasn't there an update in the last meeting?
There
Or was it the meeting
there
prior
was a
to that?
letter, you wrote it into the minutes
Yeah, so there was a letter for that saying that the
from Olaf
the
Sack.
work has been done, and so and. Do you guys need to vote to say that the enforcement order has been?
Is-
Something?
Yeah.
Like completed, or is
Yeah,
it?
right, yeah,
said
Andy
called
and
something
Matt went
else?
out there and looked at it and said
Did
it
it
was what they said it
satisfaction?
was.
What was that? For what?
By the rail trail or the vernal pool or the.
Yeah, we went together.
Yeah.
Sabrina, I did put this because that's what you said, so.
Excellent.
Oh, which one is it?
Well, this needs
So
to be.
you agreed, and what service was making it worse.
Oh, of course, it's very important.
I did put that. in the words here.
I was really happy taking that off. Did I actually take it off? I think I did. No, wait, yes, I did take it
Yeah,
off.
it's yeah.
Let me know when
One
you
thing
wanna
off
put that instead of it.
Okay.
I'm looking to take more things off the list.
Me too.
There's no update, take it off the list.
Okay.
Well, then if it's taken off the list, then it's just gonna be forgotten.
Oh,
This is
well.
my reminder. And your reminders too, to like put me in line and say, Sabrina, do this.
Put it,
Look
put
at
it
the
as
motion.
reminders at the bottom, so we
Look at
don't
the
have to
motion
say,
on the
is there
minutes.
anything new? Yeah, I'll take a motion when everybody's ready.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes with the amendments. Amendments.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Andy, I. Well, I.
Chris, aye.
Norm, I.
Kevin, sorry.
I can't sign it.
Like we were talking a
We
long
didn't set that
time
here.
about the barn on conservation land on the South Lawn Yard. Because it's not on the old list, it never gets remembered.
Yeah. I always forget that.
Mhm.
So shall I put like an area of old business, no updates?
Yes.
And then you guys know that. you can
That'd be
skip
perfect.
it.
And I don't have to say, is there any update?
So can you?
It
tell
might
me
say
what-
5 minutes at the end.
Sorry,
Yeah.
so can you tell me what exactly you want me to put that in step? That updated?
So instead of old business, we can put that on, limbo or, I don't know what we can put it in,
Pending.
pending,
Reminder
Okay.
list.
Do you mean
reminder list.
No, like.
31 Sam West?
Yeah,
So I just
Yeah.
wrote, a letter's been read into the meeting. The enforcement order has been satisfied.
that's all, right? Okay. I'll take. it.
And Sabrina can now take it off the list
Yeah.
or off the agenda.
Thank you.
But I'm trying to make some notes just in case.
All right, I'll cut it.
All right. Ready to move on. This is for Grove Street. Says Lakeview.
Oh, wait, so this is the wrong, nope, that's the wrong one.
Okay,
Oh, you have the right one, but do you wanna do the mail? Or do you wanna wait?
okay, we'll do the mail.
Yeah.
While Sabrina's getting the other. We had a,
Is there one of them? Not slides?
no. He had an invitation,
Did you lose it already?
I did,
Is that on the-
Is that the last thing you
Right here.
said?
that's why I put used things, you're right. We have a Christmas wrapping fundraiser, Saturday, December 14th from 8 AM to 1 PM. All gifts must be ready to wrap. No boxes are provided, includes wrapping, ribbon, and tag. There is no charge, but donations are appreciated. They have coffee and baked goods. While your gifts are being wrapped, so if you bring in your gifts, they will, wrap them. They have to be ready to wrap. This wrapping and ribbon are provided and tag
For a donation.
or a donation, they're appreciated. That's kind of cool.
That's
At the
cool.
senior center?
At the senior center, yes.
Is there anything about the trees out in front of town hall that they asked us to participate in that?
There was nothing in the mailbox.
Didn't hear anything about it.
That should be the correct one.
Whether we want to sponsor a tree or not, you mean?
We did that one year, didn't we? A
Yes,
A couple of years, I think.
couple of years, yeah.
Do you guys,
It's a
do
nice,
you wanna vote on that? Today and, or think about it?
Here to help, right? We have to decorate it, is that the?
Yeah, so we would,
you're gonna-
we have a hard time locating the decorations last time. Last year, we
When did we
couldn't find
get-
them.
yeah.
The year before.
How are you able to? When you. Give the money for the tree, are you becoming a member of something?
Now you're sponsoring the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, technically, we're not supposed to be giving the money away. We have to receive something like a membership. So for the CRC, that's what happened. It was flagged by accounting and they said that we can't donate public funds. It has
Well,
to
I
be a
think, did we do
membership.
it with private funds last year?
Right.
Was it private funds?
Yeah.
Oh, then it doesn't need to be
Right, I
necessarily
think we
part of this
took
meeting.
it out of our pocket last time.
About 220 or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
No, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Then you guys can think about it.
So did we have decorations? Did you say?
I don't know. Well, you wanna vote to say if we have decorations, we'll do it? And if we don't, we won't.
Remember last year, Sabrina and I went back and forth about who took the decorations home. or
I
where
have
they
no
got
idea
put.
where you.
Yeah, we couldn't figure out where they went. Remember, undecorating the tree, we just can't remember where everything went.
I don't remember undecorating. I've helped put some,
Decorated.
I've helped put the trees up
Right.
that
Yeah,
one
that's
morning,
happening on
but
the-
that's.
Maybe you could check with town hall and see if they know.
There might be a central location where things went.
It might be over there, who knows?
That looks like that could be a spot, actually.
If it's possible, and people have time and we have decorations, I think it's a nice thing to do. So,
Okay, Dennis makes the motion, I'll second.
Andy, I?
Chris, I,
Norm, I. Have a night. Dennis, I
very nice. You made the motion, Dennis, so you,
still got to vote on it.
well, I suppose. All right. We're gonna move on to our first RDA. The Southwick Conservation Commission will hold a public hearing under the Massachusetts Wetland Protection Act, General Law C. 131 and section 40 of the Southwick Conservation Commission's Regulation and Bylaw, chapter 182 and chapter 450 for request for determination. The project location is 16 and 20 Grove Street. Proposal project is removal of vegetation within the 100-foot buffer zone of Great Congamon. Meeting will be held right now. Welcome, everyone.
You guys have the RDA application in your pockets.
Yep.
And who we have.
This is the one that online that talked about a bunch of pine trees and how many oak trees are on the property. It seemed like there was a lot more.
It looks like Rocco's on the lines.
Yeah.
I am,
Uh,
I am. Good
It's,
evening. Is there a question that I can try to answer?
I just wanted to make sure this is the one. I read it all online, but you had like 5 or 6 pine trees you wanted to take out. That's not in the specifically in the packet.
Actually, there's a few pine trees. There's more just wild growth. Lots of vines, lots of scrub trees, I'm gonna call them, whatever can grow naturally, let's say, over the last 6 or 7 years. I haven't done much to the property, but I'm trying to get it back to the condition that it was when my mom lived there. So for the last 7 or 8 years, it's gone pretty much natural. From the lake, you can barely see the house. Now you can because the leaves are down, but in the summertime, it's
Is the vegetation providing any habitat at this time that might be disturbed?
well, my goal is not to, like, if I look across the lake, when I can see some of the properties, it's all grass. My intention is not to put any grass where there isn't grass already, which is just the front portion. My intention was also to leave all the stumps, probably 4 or 5 inches. If the committee would like it 6, I don't have an issue with that. I just want to open it up, get some light into the house. On the northern side, it's actually beginning to rot because there was just so much vegetation so close to the house. I removed some of that up at the top portion, but before I went too far down, I wanted to get clarification from memory when my family and I built this house board by board back in 1989. I thought the ruling was 50 feet. So I was pretty comfortable at the top of the hill. And then I said, well, things changed. Let me go back and check, and got the awakening that it was 100 feet and no more than an inch. And there's got to be 100 little birch trees that are, 2.5, 3 inches, certainly not 5. There might be a tree or two that's 5 or 6 inches, also wild. There's mimosa trees on the property that love the soil, and they just sprout up everywhere. So I basically just want to open up the view, get some light back into the house. But like I said, leave it natural.
Anything with more specifics on which trees are coming out and what's gonna
It-
remain?
Yeah, it was when I was working with Sabrina on that, I said it would actually be easier to mark which ones would stay other than the mountain laurel. I mean, that I have no intention of keeping, just because there's so many scrubs. If the ruling was over 3 inches, it would be a lot easier. But being over an inch, which I assume is about the size of my thumb, it's covered. It's covered. You can't walk on the property without bumping into something.
Sabrina, you've been working with them on this project?
Pardon me? Oh.
I helped him fill out the RDA.
Have you been to the property?
No.
No, I think you might need to take a walk out there. I mean, I would appreciate a walk out there anyway,
I would just like to see a little more detail on, what you're planning on
just to see.
actually doing.
Doesn't really specify.
I have no problem with your concept. I think that,
Yeah.
as long as you're not
Sometimes you
planning
get
on
people-
putting lawn in there, that's the thing we
Yeah.
don't wanna
No.
see more on.
No.
I'd just like to see it on, myself, I'd like to see it on the paper.
And
I mean, you
sometimes
could go out
people-
there if you want, but I'd just like to see it on the paper. What
Yep.
the actual work is gonna be.
Right, so
Understood.
people don't specify, sometimes everything gets taken out and then
No, that's not my intention.
I don't
No, I
think,
know.
I don't think you
As
do.
that's why we just want to make sure that's specified.
Just want to note that the two descriptions, kind of they vary. In front. It talks about there's several trees. Within the 100 feet, and then on the back, in the attachment A, it just talks about bittersweet, that's covered trees. So you just want to get those two in sync, because there are two different descriptions of the work. One mentions no trees being taken out, the other mentions taking out trees.
So it's a site description.
Right, but over here, he's saying he just wants to take out bittersweet that is on the trees. And in the first description, he wants to take out the trees that are supporting the bittersweet.
Yes, it's both.
Right.
It's both. In some cases, the bittersweet is actually smothered.
Right,
Some of the trees, one beautiful umbrella pine that I did plant when I lived there. And there are a few what I would call real trees, but not many. It's more scrubbed.
I'll go visit.
Okay. So how do we coordinate that?
Norm is. I is.
Nice. Any day,
I can be.
Wednesday? Tuesday?
Tuesday of next week?
No, we're talking this week.
Oh,
Tomorrow's good. Yeah.
He's not in
I'm
Massachusetts.
actually in Kentucky where it's colder than it is right now in Southwood. But I am heading back tomorrow. I could be there as
Okay.
early as Wednesday.
Wednesday this week?
Yeah, we do Wednesday.
Yes.
We can do it.
Okay,
What time?
I'd like to get there order 4. Starts to get dark around 4 o'clock,
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
so
Yeah.
order 4 be all right with you?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
All right. Sounds great.
3:45.
3:45.
I'll be there.
All right.
Wait from work. Perfect. Okay, that will help us to see your concept and understand exactly what we're looking at here.
Much appreciated. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you for coming in tonight. Appreciate
All
it.
right, take care.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Well, Berkshire,
Do you have paper for 54? Is it continued?
This
So that
is-
it continues.
is,
Do we have this gentleman here for anything that's on the agenda? or-
Yeah.
125 sheep pasture.
That's coming up for a new business order conditions extension request.
Yeah.
That'll be coming up in a couple of seconds. We're gonna move on to 54 Berkshire, continued proposed construction of decking and stairs in the 100-foot buffer of Congamon Lake.
Thanks for seeing me again. So I updated the forms based on what we talked about last time and just to outline kind of some of the things that were concerns or just not clear. First was the equipment when it comes to the helical piles. So I did want to specify that to start. It's the way that those helical piles for the deck that we're talking about would be installed is using a handheld impact wrench. It's not something I knew about, so I threw a picture in there just to show that's what it looks like when someone uses it. The contractor said that's the one that they use, which explains to me now why he didn't anticipate needing hay bales or a silk fence. But based on any concerns from you guys, so I put in there on page, looks like the end of page 2. I wrote in that the contractor has agreed to use hay bales. If the erosion prevention, even with that, is still a concern by the Conservation Commission, so we can do that. I'll leave it up to you guys on that front. The other things I just want to say that we've updated. So the expected distance from the water has been updated on the map and in the description. It ranges from, if I look at it, I believe it was 5 to 8 feet because it's not perfectly lined up with the property line. So it does have a range, but it's as close as 5 feet and as far as 8 feet. And then the distance from the current waterfront is about 10 feet. So we added that in there. I also specified, I did get clarification that he's planning to use 2x8s. Previously, it said 2x10s in some cases, 2x8s in others, talking about 2x10s being shaped down to 9 inches, but it's actually, he's just planning to use 2x8s, so that's been updated. And the other thing is the 10 feet setback. So I called Kyle Scott in the Southwick Building Department, and he said over the phone, he said, I understand what you're trying to do. I don't anticipate running into any issues. I would support it, but there's a process for that. So the process is to submit a zoning variance request. I am seeing if contingent upon that request being approved, if the Conservation Commission will approve. The reason why is because we've already talked about it, and it looks like the timeline on the zoning variance request can take up to about 90 days. So if I come back, which I can, it won't be for a few months at most. Maybe it's sooner, but they can take as long as 75 days just to reach a decision on the paperwork I complete, which I have completed. I'm just waiting for a quick conversation to make sure I've checked all the boxes before I send in the paperwork. So I think that covered everything we talked about last time, but I will let me know on the hay bales and then any other questions.
Yeah, what's the land like underneath where you're putting the deck now?
So right now I don't know what is underneath, but when I bought the property, it is sand that's pretty weedy on top of, it looks like someone tried to put tarps down. I mean, there are tarps, but it just wasn't super successful. And then it's still surrounded by the retaining wall, but yeah, it's sand.
I think you had asked Dennis that the hay bales or the silt fence actually be drawn on the plan, like
Right.
where it's gonna be.
Yeah,
Right. I don't see that.
between the water and the work construction.
Yeah, like how far it's gonna extend in both directions. It's gonna be written on the plan.
And so much the same as last time, except that there's this picture. Right,
Yeah, some of the dimensions are added in,
yeah,
you know, over here,
right.
the dimensions are in there. Previously they were X's. Right. And you check them with Kyle.
Mm.
And I don't want to quote on behalf of Kyle. He said it's over the phone. He said it's something that he understands and would support, but he's like, it's not my decision. It goes up to the
Right. Yeah.
to the process. I just don't want someone to leave this call and say, Kyle, you said it's approved, because I'm not saying that.
Right now. We understand.
So the question is whether we can write it into the condition that the erosion control will be in place and the variance will be issued,
Right,
or have them come back to vote on it at a later date. That's
okay.
Are you just looking for us to say this looks great and you're gonna try the variance? Or are you looking
Well,
for us to vote on it
That's
tonight?
all he can do, and we can vote on it tonight.
Right,
he's
Take it
asking
out
us to
right
vote
away.
on it tonight with the
right.
conditions.
Right.
The silt fence would run the entire length of the property
Okay.
On the shore, yeah.
Along the shoreline.
On
on the shoreline.
We want straw bales opposed to hay bales, right?
Yes.
Strawberries.
Yeah. Hay has seeds. Straw does not.
So straw bales with a silk fence the entire length of.
Wattles would probably be okay in that instance too, right? Straw wattles.
Yeah. I don't think there's gonna be a ton of disturbance.
No, it's
beautiful
just
piles.
to make sure none of the debris
Right,
ends up in the lake.
but yeah, so,
So you feel straw wattles instead of the silt fence?
Wattles or hay bales, whatever is easiest for him.
okay. Gonna make a motion then. Take a
Make
motion.
a motion to approve it with the two conditions outlined.
Second. All in favor?
Andy, I?
Chris, I.
Normal.
Then aside.
All right. We're all eyes from here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming in.
Absolutely.
Okay, we have a request to withdraw without prejudice, NOI. 2920422.
Just, I guess, read the letter.
Oh.
I don't see if you have.
Do I?
Yeah, everyone has this letter.
All right. On behalf of the applicant and property owner, Fairground Development Corporation, our Levesque Associates Incorporated, it's here and respectfully requesting to withdraw without prejudice a notice of intent in subsequent order of conditions. Number 2920422 that was issued by the Southwick Conservation Commission on November 13th, 2024, and certified email. This request is being made due to the Massachusetts Energy of Environmental Affairs declaring a drought for the Connecticut River Valley region on November 7th. With a retroactive drought effective date to October 1st, 2024. This precedes the dates at which the stream documentation evidence was gathered by Arlebeck to petition the subject stream on the property as intermittent from the map-based presumption of perennial under the 310 CMR 10.58. Therefore, the stream documentation evidence gathered was within the state declaration drought and not eligible for overturning the status of the stream. Although the Southwick Conservation Commission approved the application at their October 28th, 2024 hearing, the order of conditions wasn't issued until after the drought declaration date of November 7th. The applicant will be pursuing the alternative site design, taking into account the existing riverfront area boundaries, in which no work is proposed within the wetland resource area jurisdiction. Should you have any question or comments regarding this matter, please contact me, Ryan@ireland.com. Take up the list for now.
Making a motion to approve it. You're looking for a motion?
Second.
Andy, I?
Bye-bye.
Chris, I,
Nor am I.
One side.
unanimous. Order conditions extension request for 125 Sheep Pasture Road continued. Hello.
Did you sign in? So on your way out, on your
Just
way
a
out,
formality.
yeah, on your way out, just sign in.
Yeah.
It's
If you want, you can come sit up here.
Yeah.
It's a little tighter in this room than it was upstairs.
Yeah. So all I'm doing is I'm working, just trying to cut some old trees and stuff down. I lost my father and my mother-in-law, and I have congestive heart failure, so I've been having trouble over the summer with fluid in my lungs. And it's, trying to get out, do anything now. I don't really quite have the life force for it, so I kind of working a little at a time. Dribs and drabs, I think.
You just state your name and address.
Sure, yeah.
Another
yeah,
formality.
Sorry, Jay Gherkin, 36 Miller Road in South.
Okay.
That was 40 years there too.
How long of an extension are you looking for?
End of the year, I don't know if that's something we could do.
A year?
Okay, no problem with that. Okay. I make a motion, Dennis?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
I'll second.
Thanks, guys.
Andy, I.
Chris, I,
Nor am I.
Yeah, so.
yeah, a year.
Yeah. so-
1 year.
That's all you need, that's fine.
Are you related to Jerry?
He's my father.
Was he?
Yeah.
I'm alive. I'm over the house all the time.
No, jeez.
That was good though. Enjoyed it.
Yeah,
So I'll just sign out and
Then you're all
let
set.
you go.
Yeah.
yeah, you'll probably get it in the mail, or if you
Yeah.
want, I can give you a call when it's ready.
Appreciate your time, everybody.
Thanks for coming in, appreciate you coming in.
Have yourself a nice Christmas.
Thank
Yeah, good luck with your project.
It's North Pine Conservation Area, land management plan for winter, temporary closing, the scenic trail approved by Mass Wildlife.
So you guys have that letter in your packet. Um. And that is from Elizabeth Newland,
Mm-hmm.
and she has approved our request to temporarily close down the scenic trail.
All right.
So with that,
It can be done.
we should start making plans,
Good times.
for what, where, when, and why, and how.
Bushes.
Yep.
Did we decide on the bushes, what we're gonna use? We use the,
Marcus's bushes.
yeah, raspberry
okay.
bushes, he's got raspberries.
There was a list,
I know there was,
I
I like the ones that had like, is it the bear claw one, what was that one?
Cat Briar or
Cat Briar.
something, yeah.
The giant Venus flytraps, is that the one you want?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, does the offer still stand for those Boy Scouts?
I would have to ask the Boy Scouts.
Okay,
I haven't seen them in a couple of months because they keep showing up here and having holidays on Monday.
Yeah, that is also true.
cause we can order the snow fencing. Put that up and then start with filling in the areas with just sticks, cause the leaves are down now, so we can do that.
Mhm.
And then maybe figure out what plantings we wanna do, but we can't really do plantings right now, right? But still figure it out for spring.
Yeah. The
Um,
ground's actually getting
It's getting
frozen.
It's,
That was a little hard. I was
Yeah,
walking
a
on
little
sand
bit
today
crusty,
and I
yeah.
wasn't breaking through, so. It's starting to freeze up. I think this week we'll maybe have a little later. Frozen
Snow?
ground,
and snow,
well, maybe Thursday.
yeah. Um. So is there anything else that you guys wanted to do?
No, I think for right now, I think we're good until spring, because we can't do any plantings. We're probably not gonna put any fencing. There's nobody going out there right now, really. But I know. Like, no cars along the roads.
Starting to put a material list together, what we need, and plantings, what we're gonna get
Yeah.
everything in place so we can go, so there's a.
Yeah.
Spring thaw.
And this is the fencing we discussed in the. You know, as far as plants go, we'll look at the
Too
list.
bad we couldn't get done it sooner, but it took a while to get the
Yeah.
permission. It was very hard, you know.
But the spring, we can, you know, see what we can get our most bang for the buck with,
Mhm.
and cover as much area as we can.
If you wanna take a walk with a measuring tape, we can go out and sort of, you're out where you want things.
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll figure out how much fencing you need.
Pass
And,
growing.
what is it? I think it's in like, I don't get the name of the place, but that's where I got a lot of fencing. It's like relatively cheap, like $10 to $15, $20 per plant, like, a lot. Like, that's where I got a lot of my wetland plants.
Yeah, we can look at that.
It's like that they specify in,
Is
but
that
the
cool?
thing is, it's limited, so that's why you probably, the sooner we did get our lists together,
Mhm.
the better, because they sell out of certain stuff,
Okay.
so.
All right.
Planting.
Let's see if I can find it there. Big Venus fly traps go fast.
Okay.
I got tons of multifloral rows you could put out there.
That might be We can't plant invasives. Okay, this is our new. Sign to review, 25-foot vegetated wetland buffer, no mowing or cutting.
We wanna
like
have
this?
a conservation logo on there or anything,
Now, we should probably do like a town
yeah,
emblem,
in the corner.
conservation commission. I think that'd be a good idea.
You guys are moving too fast for me. I'm trying to write notes from.
Is that about the approximate size that we're talking about?
I think that's fine.
I think that's what we were talking
Yeah.
about. In that by 11.
There, I drew you a picture.
So we just want to have this up.
Southwick Conservation Commission pine tree. Beautiful.
We have some.
Right, what?
No, I just made it up.
Oh,
Perfect.
with the top, the top.
I'll put a star on it. Sneakers.
And the size, sorry,
Yes,
What?
size is good.
the size is good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be bigger than that. That's fine. Plenty visible. Okay, review pending bonds. Sabrina was saying that we have some bonds that are falling out. Date.
Yeah, so Jess is now just the treasurer instead of treasurer clerk, so she's able to go through bonds. And see, you know, which ones have yet to be posted and which ones have expired. I don't have the list today of the ones that expired. But I do have the list of the projects that have not been where bonds have not been posted. So I don't know what you guys want to do about this.
The pending ones, the ones that haven't posted yet,
Mm-hmm.
they can't start the project, right, until they've been posted.
Right.
Mhm. But I mean, if you look at that list, I'm pretty sure.
Some of these
these
projects are
projects-
done and lived in.
Yeah, so those we don't really care about. But 2015, those
They
are,
should get a certificate of compliance for their,
they probably don't have one, right?
When
Better
we
question.
give a certificate, when we get,
Yes, it was the question.
when a certificate of compliance is issued, a letter is sent to the treasurer letting them know
That they can release the
that they
bonds,
can release the bond.
right, so these people probably. Don't have a
And-
certificate of compliance, is what I'm saying. So maybe we should send them a letter,
but not,
Well, they never even,
posted it,
never posted their bonds.
oh,
and they started the project without posting the bond.
I don't know. Like,
All of
I
these
think
ones
each
will-
case is different. Some of them maybe where they never even started the project, but this is the list that Jess gave me and I wanted,
Yeah, this goes way back, huh?
yeah, Wanted to give you guys-
138,
25th.
wow, I don't think so.
Mine's on there. I never started the project. I just gotta know the process to cancel the project.
So if we could contact these people and let them know they need to get a certificate of compliance just to get, or they're in violation of the order of conditions.
well, I mean. If they started the project and they didn't post the bond,
Well, either way, they're in violation because they haven't posted a bond.
right,
And we could send them a nice letter saying, hey.
I don't do nice letters, I do mean letters.
Well, if you
Okay.
check with the building department and these people already have a certificate of occupancy. We go back and talk about the bond and all that.
Well, we
Already
know
done it with
Dave
it.
Greco is, I mean, that was
That's a long time.
a long time ago and he sold a house by now.
Yeah.
So,
So
I
he,
mean, that's stuff you don't even pursue, right?
So if
That's
he
what
didn't
I'm
have a certificate of compliance, would that show up on like the title? Like, would he not have it cleaned up?
Yeah.
So he must already have a certificate of compliance,
Right.
correct?
That's why people come in when they find out they don't have a certificate. of
Correct,
compliance.
yeah.
Like, you-
yeah,
So if he
Can't sell
sold
their
that
house.
house, that one probably, there's gotta be a certificate. of
Right.
he
compliance.
must have had them, yeah.
They still sell without certificates of compliance though,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I mean, they're not supposed to, but it happens
But I know a lot of people, that's when they come in and say, we need
Oh,
this to
okay.
sell our house.
today.
Yeah, we need it right now, the second,
That
you know.
doesn't work that way.
So the only way that it wouldn't show up that way is if they didn't probably ever record it too. That's probably how it wouldn't show up, I would
If
assume.
it transfers within the family, I don't know how they would,
Uh,
I don't know.
yeah, and when before they start the project, pre-construction, they have to show proof that it's been recorded, so
Right,
supposedly.
I don't know. Well, I'm just
If they
thinking
didn't
how it wouldn't,
go-
how, when they do a title search, how it wouldn't show up.
If they don't show proof that they pulled the bond, why would they show proof that they recorded the conditions? It's all the same. Right? You don't do any of the process, you don't do any of the process.
Right. I don't know, for me, I won't let the project start until bond is posted.
right.
And one of the last one, I guess this won't matter because they're withdrawing anyways, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and they still have time,
Some haven't
And that, like-
started yet.
yeah. But,
I suppose we have to go through each one of these order
Individually.
conditions and just figure out if they ever started or if they got a certificate of compliance.
Yeah, the
does
bottom-
anybody
the
wanna
bottom
volunteer
three
to do that?
Nope.
Right? Oh, 55 Foster, he's over there knocking down trees and stuff. That's the one on the right. Yeah, up on the hill.
Is he knocking down trees? Or just putting
I
up
think
silt
so.
fence?
I just saw silt fence.
He definitely knows.
Went by.
He definitely knows not,
He
he
hasn't posted his
can,
bond yet.
he can put the silt fence up.
I saw a truck there
He
one
hasn't
day, but I didn't
posted
see
his-
any trees coming out there.
Right.
So. Maybe they get it just getting ready.
Well, he did ask about the armored hay bales, or armored silt fence, and wants to know what that was all about.
Well, if I can find any spare time, I'll try and stop by and help you out with that.
Okay.
Try to clean that up, seeing we have a full-time treasurer now. She can keep us posted on.
Yeah, I
when
mean,
these
that's
bonds are
definitely
gonna
helpful.
expire, cause I think a lot of these automatically expire unless they get extended.
Right. The expired list is much shorter than this one, so,
Okay,
but,
Not doing anything.
yeah. And
cross
to,
reference them
to
two
like
through the
cancel
same.
your project, you just
Forget this.
request a certificate of compliance,
Fix up for me.
Okay.
and then it's just work never started.
That's
So,
what we were just talking about, Matt, 55 Foster.
Getting quickly, that's.
Okay. Then we have an emergency certification to ratify, water leak, water line service. Yeah. Take a motion to ratify that emergency certification for 642 College Highway. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Kevin.
who made the motion?
I did.
Oh, I thought you asked.
I'll
for
make a motion to ratify.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay.
Go around the table.
Andy, I.
Right, aye.
Chris, I.
Norm, I.
Kevin, I.
Dennis, aye.
All right.
You skipped one.
Did I? What one?
The CPC project application.
Oh, that's because it's Dennis's.
Do you want to wait until later?
It's a big
Can I say that to the end, then? Is that
Sure.
okay?
Yeah.
Don't forget it.
Yeah, don't let me forget it.
Yeah.
Okay, outfall at Baker Shore, Griffin Road, anything new on that? Oh, we have a request for certificate of compliance for Beach Road as well.
Yes. So we got a letter from, and you have the letter in your folders.
Oral engineering.
Yes, the 4 Engineering. Please read that letter.
Dear council members, Patricia Sherman, please accept the letter to the statement of compliance for retaining and wall structures for a single family home located at 32 Beach Road, Southwick. Borough Engineering completed a site visit on October 25th, 2024, and reviewed the project for conformance with the plans approved under order of conditions. In our opinion, the overall layout and the retaining wall and the wall structures have been completed in general conformance with the approved plans. Minor deviations to the plans are as follows. Minor grading changes were made at the top of the retaining wall structures and also at the end of the walls. Scope of the work of the wooden staircase was increased so that the staircase terminates closer to the lake edge than what was depicted in the approved plans. Qualifications: no inspections were performed at this office during the construction of the retaining walls. This office makes no statements in regard to the adequacy of construction methods or any statement to the structural adherence to the approved plans. There is evidence of differential settlement of the retaining walls, in particular at the ends of the wall structures. There is evidence of differential settlement of the wooden staircase. There is evidence of damage to the installed drainage system, although it is largely observed obscured from view by overgrown vegetation. The drainage should be re-inspected and repaired for engineering.
So I just got that from their lawyer.
There's more.
Oh, there's more in the back.
Yep.
Last week.
They're available at your convenience. Look forward to. Okay, well, here we are.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Patricia Sherman is here.
Hi, Patricia.
Hi.
Okay,
Yeah,
No site visit done.
Yeah, this is one of those cases where we're selling the house and discovered there isn't the certification of compliance. The work was done like a few years ago, and the construction company that installed it, apparently, I'm just finding out from this letter, didn't do any inspections during and never got the final certificate of compliance done. So this kind of came as a surprise in the title search for doing a sale of the property. So we need to figure the best way to resolve it.
Is there any drainage in the order of conditions? Was that anything that was listed? Probably nothing.
What do you say?
I didn't understand that. It kind of broke up.
The order of conditions, I'm asking if there was anything that had to do with the drainage that he's discussing, that he mentioned.
No,
Yeah.
they put in a big, they call them dry well under the patio. Big dry well was placed under the patio.
The attorney did ask if we could contact Sabrina, and I think the attorney had also said that there need to be an on-site, inspection. We'd have to meet someone there. I can try to call and set that up, but we live way upstate New York, above the Adirondack Park, kind of out near Lake Placid. So I'd have to try to arrange time. My brother lives just down the street on Vining Hill. He owns the Equestrian. I mean, he could meet someone over there if that would be acceptable. I just have to set up a schedule with him, or I could come down on a weekend.
On the list of minor deviations, how much closer to the lake edge is the staircase? It's kind of an interesting thing for an engineering firm to leave out.
The staircase ended up going to the lake, because I was originally gonna put like a dock out, and I never got around to doing that. But
The
the
original, what did the original plan show?
into the water. Did not go into the lake bottom, they were just on.
Is this Furrow Engineering the same company that did the work?
No,
I don't-
Total
Okay.
Home Services was construction.
What was that?
Total Home Services was
Gino,
the,
was the bond released or was it
So this is on the list of expired bonds.
expired bonds?
The bond has expired,
yeah.
not that list. That's the pending bond.
Different list.
It's a different list that you guys don't have yet.
The work was done basically just before COVID hit.
Did you read number 3?
What you said?
No, did you read number 3? That was talking about the infiltration. Down at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, roof infiltration. Is that done? Off of the roof, the rain water, is that
Roof-
infiltrated?
Roof. That water goes into the dry well that's under the patio, and from there, it's led with pipes down toward the lake to like a dry well. I think they got set up down there at the foot of the slope.
We do a site visit without them there?
Well, he said his brother lives right down the
Oh,
road.
brothers could meet us there then?
Yeah,
That'll be fine.
We'll do that
do you
then.
want to set up a
Okay.
site or,
There's also pictures. My mom did take pictures of that dry well when it was being installed and some of the walls as the construction was going on. The engineer, the Sage engineer, didn't want to look at any of them. If that would help, she could send you those pictures.
That would help.
That would be helpful, yes.
but we
Okay.
also need to just visit.
Yeah, we'll do both. Yeah, we'd like to do both, of course.
Both site visits on Wednesday.
We can try. Get started.
It's not really.
I think he needs to make sure that his brother can do it as
I'm-
well.
Talk to my brother and find out what his schedule is.
Okay,
I can call Sabrina tomorrow.
that'd be good. And then Sabrina can email us
Yeah,
when we find out what his availability is. We can try to coordinate
does 3:45 work for you guys?
as far as
Yeah,
the
I
time.
mean,
Whatever.
whatever is best for you, I will, have, my brother can probably get over there. I just need to, let him know and
Okay,
set it up with him.
I mean, this came right out of left field. I had no idea that they hadn't.
Well, the project is technically not in compliance because the bond is not there anymore.
Well, no work's been done on it for years.
Quite a few years, if I remember correctly.
yeah, that was
Like it
it was
was,
longer than just before COVID to me. It
I'm-
seems like
I'm-
2015 or,
I'm hoping that everything is in compliance when we get out there.
right, that'd be nice.
you and me both.
Yeah. That'll be
It's really
so
the
much
same.
simpler for everyone. Okay, so we'll try to set up that site visit.
All right,
And you can send the pictures into Sabrina would be helpful,
okay,
Yeah.
and then we'll
thank
take it from there. Okay?
all right, all
All
right.
right, thank you so much for coming tonight.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay, now we can move on to outfall of Baker Shore, South Pond, on Griffin Road, Town of Suffield installed the outfall, private property south is in PennCom jurisdiction.
No update.
Okay. Request from LMC to resolve dock situation at 129 North Pond,
No update.
North Lake Ave. 56 Sunnyside Road, possible unpermitted work and alteration resource areas.
No update.
Dead tree at North Pond Conservation Property,
No update. No update on the next one. 13.
13. Proposed amendments on local permitting program,
Yeah.
select board.
No update on that one. I don't know why.
Update on Suffield presentation for LP contracts. Report from the Suffield Concom meetings. Norm,
Next meeting, last meeting was canceled, next meeting's a week from tomorrow.
okay, Noble Steed subdivision updates.
No.
Okay,
So last CPC.
so maybe we can put those, under other matters.
Or she could just put no update if there's no update on them.
Yeah, that would be helpful too. Or just put them in red, no updates.
Okay.
That way I don't have to say that all. We can just skip it right to the end. Alrighty, perfect.
Go back to Sunnyside Road, wasn't there something that was from Sunnyside Road that was Randy Brown was gonna take care of? 'Cause there's two things on Sunnyside, right?
There is two things. I don't know what Randy Brown was doing.
Something I read online, like one of these things went over to Randy Brown.
That's the one where they just put a railing to get to the mailbox or something, right? Isn't that the one?
No, they, the homeowners, if you're, the one you're talking about, the 6 houses that are on Sunnyside.
Shared driveway.
They asked Randy Brown if he could put a sidewalk for them to go for the clubhouse from. They have to walk on the road, and I
Okay.
don't think Randy's gonna be able to do that,
Right.
I mean, that's all private out there, so. What they're asking, they'd like to put a boardwalk, a local pair boardwalk. Did she get in touch with it? No,
But they already dug a trench like into the
but
wetland.
that, and I pointed that out to them, they thought at the time it was not jurisdictional. We're gonna have to get it redelineated because I think it has expanded since the original delineation. And we dug out the files and trying to work with them to get this straightened out.
Mhm.
Hopefully we'll be able to get that on the agenda shortly, so.
So they got two things, like they got the sidewalk with Randy and Randy
Well,
said,
they're
no.
not, I don't think that's ever, I don't think that's gonna happen, I
Right.
think they're gonna end up trying to do the boardwalk, which wouldn't be bad.
That'd be a cool looking thing.
Yeah, right. And at the same time, they can address the issue, the potential violation of the cemetery.
Okay. Project application from CPC.
Yep, I was elected to be the representative to the Community Preservation Committee from Conservation. So before I voted on this matter, I would just like to get some feedback from the commissioners. There is no jurisdictional areas on this because it's the town hall. But it is gonna go to town meeting and we don't want any surprises when we get there. Chris has done some research on it.
Yeah.
Correct, because last time they wanted us to do some maintenance on the building and it wasn't allowed because that's not an allowable thing.
Right,
for
that's some
CPC funding,
Should be coming out of the general fund or.
but Chris is being very careful to make sure that this is restoration work and not general maintenance.
It's more preservation work because they're preserving the
And-
facade of the building.
Just to be clear, this money is not for the actual work itself, it's for the study to figure out what needs to be done.
Right.
So it's a large amount, but it's not nearly as much as they're gonna come back and ask the commission for when they actually do the project. 'Cause Russ made that
For community
clear.
preservation, right?
Committee.
He made that clear. He's putting back to the CPC for funding, which probably be bonded maybe or something over years. Cause it's probably gonna be in the millions of dollars, I would.
I think it says $1.25 million.
Just
That's
for
their,
the study?
That's the
No.
estimate. No, that's for the project.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, my God.
It's about 155,000.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, estimated total project cost.
So guarantee it's gonna happen if the study that gets approved and they go back to town meeting, but they have to start someplace, so.
Right. And I wasn't sure about the actual for the plan of it.
Yeah.
But the
We're not,
project,
I don't think they're actually sure until they get the
Yeah.
study back from Kind Bond, whoever they get a ton from.
but as far as the project goes, it is permittable through CPC. I did talk to Stuart Sagner, who was the head of the coalition. And he said the first time they do it, it's considered preservation. After that, it's considered maintenance. So, yeah. This has not been done before, like the loop had been done before. So that would have been maintenance on something that's already been redone.
I would propose voting yes on it. I just want to make sure everybody.
And so this is a, like you're saying, it's a one time, once they do this now,
Right,
the rest going forward, again, it would be maintenance.
correct.
Yeah, exactly.
So
It's not
there-
you can
this
go
is
back.
just on the old portion of the building. The addition is not included in this project, just the old portion of the building. The historical portion.
Any discussion on that, or is everybody?
Section of the auditorium.
Around that area, yeah. The front area, old consolidated school.
1928.
So
That's my new house is built.
everybody thinks it's a good use of CPC funds.
Do they have any problems, questions, concerns?
I have no limitations of what you said.
Remember, you can all come to town meeting and vote whichever way you want.
Right.
Okay. And your friends can come.
And, Andy, you got, did you have any?
We don't know yet.
Sometimes I feel like we put a lot of money into maintaining these old structures. This building, where the DPW is, and over the course of 10 years, we end up spending twice as much as it would be if we just bought a new one.
And it is gonna cost us more because it is historical,
Right.
basically.
Right.
This
You're gonna
structure,
have to go through historical
right,
means to do it. It's not just, you can't just slap up something there to make it better. It's gonna have to
Right.
be historically accurate, so.
But
That's the
that is-
difference between this and the
A
DPW.
building like this is something that town of Southwick, I think, does need, like, you drive through certain towns. And they have like a nice main street with a bunch of historic stuff, like Southwick doesn't have, has very few buildings like that, and I think that. It is
Strip malls,
important
right.
to save whatever little buildings we do have,
Yeah.
you know, rather than
agree.
letting them go away,
Yeah.
because I mean, that does mean a lot to a town, like when you drive through and they have a nice.
Yeah.
Historic building, you know, so I mean, I really think,
I mean, I agree with Andy on projects like the school. I think
Yeah.
that would have been better.
yeah.
Take that down and build a new one. but
Right.
Mhm.
That doesn't really have much historical
No, but,
significance.
stuff that's
But this
been here
building
for
does.
hundreds of years, you know, I mean,
Right.
well, I don't know how long this is. but I mean,
Almost 100.
Yeah, and it was engineered by somebody from Germany. It's got
Yeah.
a lot of history with this, history of this place.
So, all right.
The other, one I believe we already approved because that's for the land on College Highway and
Right,
conservation is gonna hold a conservation restriction on that.
all right, we talked
We're
about
gonna
that.
pay for that,
before, so.
conservation restriction. And
They have to do some fundraising though. I think
yeah,
$50,000 they need
they're gonna
to
have to come up
raise
with some cash themselves to
to make it,
fill the difference,
Yeah.
to the difference.
right?
And the third one, I'm not sure if it's gonna make it on, because it hasn't even come in front of the CPC yet, is the pickleball. And I'm a little confused with that, because I thought that was already approved, but they're,
So this is a whole different thing. They're withdrawing the old
They're withdrawing
application
the old
and they're gonna do a new application for more courts.
so have you heard any word on this potential town meeting that I've been reading about in the paper in January?
Well, I got an email to ask for availability. If I was available that evening,
What evening is
January 18th.
January 18th?
Tells me anything.
Sorry,
It's Saturday. It's a Saturday.
Saturday?
I think it was January the 18th. I'll look back up.
It is a Saturday.
Saturday meetings are cool with me. Let me look at it. I probably have that right.
That's a Saturday, yeah.
And this is it a Saturday?
It is a Saturday. Oh, sorry.
Anybody else? 20th is a holiday.
Sabrina, I sent you the link for that, did you get it?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. I think that was pretty cool.
We have another CPC meeting scheduled yet?
Well, yeah, we talked December 18th is our next one, unless Chris tells me to do something earlier than that.
18th, that's not on a Saturday, is it?
No,
It
it's
could be.
on a Wednesday, the third Wednesday, which is when we normally meet.
Oh. Cool.
Yeah. So. Unless you guys want me to schedule something earlier than that, but you need to let me know, so I can post it on the correct day.
January 13th. That's the 18th. It looks like an 8.
It does. It's a half an 8.
Yeah, so it'll be the 13th.
First week of January.
13th. Be the second week. Yes.
2 weeks ago. So as far as we know that there's gonna be two things on that meeting or just one, or do we know?
Well, I think the town hall we still have to do.
We still have to
We didn't, because you wanted to come here and talk about it, so we still have to vote on that.
Yeah,
And the pickleball, I believe, will be ready to come in. They had an application, but it wasn't ready in time to make our meeting.
so can we talk
So
about the
the-
pickleball now, so we
You
don't
want
have
to?
to have another meeting before?
Sure. I haven't seen the application yet, though, so I just know what somebody told me.
So what was approved was at Wally Park, right?
I think there were
Not the one in the,
They were both approved. The one here was approved for 2
But that-
courts,
that
the
was-
one down there for 4 courts, I believe.
there was two separate
Mhm, two separate-
articles.
yeah.
So just one of them's gonna get withdrawn,
I believe the Wally Park one.
Wally Park.
I think they want to go with 6 courts.
You don't put the basketball court is?
It's gonna be
No,
down.
down on the
at-
bottom. You know that last tier down the bottom?
Yeah,
Okay.
so how much of additional money are they looking for? No
I
idea.
haven't seen an application,
It's a lot.
but that's, that's up to them. If it passes or doesn't pass, then they lose everything because they're withdrawing the other, I believe.
I thought it was contingent, like
I
the,
I asked about that. We'll find
Yeah.
out for sure. I think that would be smart of them.
yeah,
Maybe
To
it'd
make
be a
it
good idea
contingent
just
upon
to
the
have
passing
the,
of one or the other.
maybe a good idea just to have the two things on the, on for the special town meeting.
But I think
The
that,
pickleball, I think is gonna be more, I've seen stuff online where there's a lot of people negative feedback on it.
really,
Yeah. I'd hate
You have a
to,
house next to it.
yeah, this is very secluded down there. I don't think any neighbors would hear it at all.
no, it's just that, people are comparing it to like racquetball, when that became
A big fad and then faded, and then you have those courts left over.
And they
like
have-
Tennis.
They just opened a place in Westfield, I don't know if it's open yet, but indoor pickleball courts, so
Mhm.
I'm not opposed, I think, because we put out the questionnaire for the town many years ago.
Yeah.
And dog park and pickleball courts were the two,
Big
like
ones.
preserving land,
Yeah.
were the two main things that people wanted, so
Right,
I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah.
We
I think
just
a little
have,
moderation would be wise.
it's nice to have
When I watched-
details though, wouldn't
I
it?
watched the tennis courts, when we moved here in 1990, go from tennis courts to, they're gone
Yeah.
now.
No,
So a little moderation in
We
the thought
approved that
process.
pickleball quite a while ago, and I thought the material already had been delivered for that, so. That hasn't been started, so I don't think
no,
they could start on that without. Never mind, we'll just go
I mean,
with
it's
this.
still attractive. I think
you can't ask questions that no one knows the answers
Yeah.
to.
Places too, so. The bordering towns will come and wanna play pickleball here.
Right, and I know a lot of people from South would go to Westfield and it's just packed. there,
Yeah,
so
oh,
people
yeah.
Can't get
yeah,
in to
it's-
play,
It's huge.
so I know that's part of the impetus to have
Yeah.
it here. Availability is limited, I guess.
Ball player myself, so I don't really.
That's for old people.
That's funny. We're getting there, man. In inches, but it's.
Come on, I was just
Yeah.
playing floor hockey a couple of years ago.
It's just for the old people.
All right, anybody have anything else that they want to talk about?
You'll let us know about Wednesday, I'm definitely on for one site visit anyway. if we need
Yeah.
to.
yeah.
So the 3:45 Wednesday,
45 Wednesday.
okay,
I won't be
16:20.
Yeah, send us a reminder, email reminder. Date.
Julie,
time,
send them a reminder.
Email reminder, time, Place.
I will be there.
For this Wednesday?
for, yes, yes, a site visit this Wednesday.
Might have my daughter.
Uh,
I don't know, Wednesday, depending on how long that goes. There you go.
Please and thank you.
that site visit at 16 and 20 Main Street.
Walk off lunch.
Okay,
Let us know about the donation for the trees, the tree
Yes.
lighting. How much
yeah, if we get in at
How much money are they looking for that,
1 billion.
I think we need to know before the next meeting, quite honestly. Cause the trees go up on the 12th, and our next meeting is the 16th.
Well, we voted to do it, contingent upon the availability of decorations,
Right.
right?
Yep. If we get the information, we can go forward with it.
Right,
Nobody's thinking about going to Dollar General and picking up some, right? Is that?
no,
I don't think that's conservation minded going to.
Yeah, no.
Dollar.
They wanna probably use real cones.
I was gonna say, we got pine cones down the street.
Yeah, there you go.
We can pick something up.
Looking for a motion, did we?
Yeah, I've been asking for an hour and two.
I'll make a motion
Thank you.
to
Tim.
close the meeting.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Andy, I.
Lemon eye.
Chris, I.
Nor am I.
Kevin, aye.
All right.
Dennis, aye.